and roses, and it should be a mutual respect, right? And it's just like this little baby bird. You just treat yourself and stick up for yourself, just like this bird. Like, I mean, I could see why the bird tried to lash out at the people. Why doesn't he lash out at me usually, like he does sometimes with the food, because he just wants to eat? But he doesn't lash out at me. You can see he's super gentle. It's because I created a environment for him that he knows and feels safe. And that's how we have to all feel when we are with anybody or near anyone, whether it's your work. As soon as it becomes toxic at work, when your environment gets crazy, you start to not be happy at anything, because that's like most of your day. So you just have to either remove yourself from that environment or fix whatever it's going on. And sometimes that requires you not being around anyone. Like, I'll give myself as an example. I had to redo my whole business, actually. At the pandemic time, all businesses were shut down. I work with the public usually. I'm a designer for homes and clothing and lots of stuff, and people would come to me with their big plans, and I'd have to bring it to life. And part of that also, after I was finished, I would design a big event, like fashion shows or like big VIP, like take on a whole construction site. Ash, thank you for the gifts. Everyone go check out Ash. Thank you so much. And then all of a sudden, it all got shut down. And now I went from working with 10,000 people a month to 0 people a month, which I don't do well in a small, closed up space. Like, I'm like a people person. So I've learned a lot through this process, but I know that everything happens for a reason. Oh, my heart. That is so sweet. I send lots of love back. It's so cute. What happens is, it's like, imagine this pandemic, how everyone now has to, like, well, I know it's almost over, but when we were in the thick of it, how everyone had to be in lockdown. All the people that are kind of in that introvert space that enjoy being in a quiet home, quiet spot, that was like awesome for them. It was like awesome. The whole world is on their page now. Now, imagine if there was a situation on Earth that the world required everyone to get out of the house because it would be dangerous for you to be in your house. So let's like make it the opposite. So all the introvert population now has to become an extrovert. Do you know how much stress that would cause half of this population? Well, that is what's happened for all us people that love to be around people. Now we've all been forced to be inside, like, and not around the social butterfly life. And what a culture shock. I've never in my life been in such a quiet zone. But everything happens for a reason. It forced me to lock down and focus on my next chapter of my business, because my regular way of doing things was no longer possible because it required me working with the public. So now I still will be working with the public, but not yet the level I was, which is okay because, aw, Ben, thanks for the roses. Everyone go check out Ben. Because what has happened is now it's forced me to be really creative. And what am I going to do? I had a retail store. I had people coming and going and styling them and putting together packages, and I was in their face. I was going to their house to put together like their house. Like, I designed houses too. I designed houses, weddings, fashion shows, like you name it, anything in the fashion, I did it. And that was behind the scenes, but before I started all that, I was on the scene, so I know the whole process. So now I just do a little bit of all of it. But now, so we had family businesses, so we had family members to think of too. We had the older generation now that we're so used to doing their old school methods, and they don't want to learn all this new stuff. It's too stressful for them. So then the whole workload of learning it all fell on me. And I didn't have a choice. I had to learn it. And I'll tell you, it was like throwing a girl into a mechanic shop. Like, sure, I can drive the car, but don't ask me to fix it or know the engine, right? And now all of a sudden, I could, no problem, run a retail store, but I wasn't the engine mechanic, like computer people behind it. I was the engine on the front end. So it was a big learning curve. And this little bird, you know, right at the time all this stuff was happening, he just out of nowhere came into the picture crying. And I walked into a place that was just had a bunch of supplies, and I didn't even know there was no animals in it. They just took in this animal temporarily, and it flew. I guess it took off. Like, they opened the door where he was being held to feed him, and then he took off, and then they couldn't catch him, and he landed at my feet. And I almost burst into tears because they were all going crazy trying to catch him. And he not just landed at my feet, he then climbed up my foot, on my leg, up to my shirt. I had a pocket, and climbed into my pocket. And yet there's 20 people in this place that nobody knew how to tame him. And he just came to me. I didn't ask him to come to me. And then he wouldn't let go of me. I literally had to peel him off, put him back on the ground, because I was like, I cannot fall in love with this bird. Right? Because I was in the middle of a crisis myself of trying to figure out how I'm going to reopen the businesses that, you know, with all these rules and stuff. So, yeah. So, what happened was the lady starts telling me more and more about the story, and I realized, oh my goodness, this bird is going to die because he got taken away from his little clutch family. He went in, let's see if I can put him in more better light for you. Can we put you in better light? There. There. You fix yourself over there. So they can see you. And yeah. So he totally was like freaking out. He was in a panic. He just stopped everything. He stopped eating. He was scratching everyone. They were scared he was gonna peck their eyes. He was like vicious. And yet at the first second he met me, he, I don't know, gravitated to me, and he knew he felt safe. And people do that too. I don't know how we do it, but we just do. You know when you're safe around people, and animals are the same way. And so anyway, the lady was almost in tears. She's like, I don't know what to do. He doesn't want to eat anything. He can't sleep in here. It's too loud. We can't shut the pumps off or the lights off. So at night, even though we shut as many lights as we can, there's still lights on, so he can't get a proper sleep in here. And I knew, like, what she didn't know about birds, they need certain amount of light time, like, and vitamin D lights too. Without that, they can die. And also they need to eat a lot of food, because if they don't, they will be biting everyone, because they're actually hungry. That's what they do. They start biting everything and everyone. And all it is they want food. Right? And they eat a lot more than people give them the credit for. There is no eat like a bird. They eat like a wolf. Hey, birdie, do you eat like a wolf? Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth. I'll continue this story. I have to answer the questions because I want to make sure. Mr. J, your mom used to raise parakeets. Oh my goodness. That's so much work, and they're so cute. And did they talk? I have to get another color here because I can't read the screen. We have to, it's all blended in, the white. I don't know if you guys are having a hard time with that too. Let's make some color happen. Hey, we need to read the screen. Oh, there's your stretch. Florence, I don't know who went to sleep. If your bird did, or my bird was trying to, but no, he won't sleep yet. Yeah, he loves to be brushed by that mascara. Hey, you love the mascara wand. It's actually, it looks like it is an actual mascara looking wand, but it's not a real one. You would never brush your eyes with this. It's too soft. It wouldn't even work. So it's a perfect brush. Hey, it's a perfect brush for you. Marsha is following you, birdie. Thank you, Marsha. His little beak is usually not chipped like that. I don't know. It's because he's molting. He what they do is they rub their their beak against like harder surfaces, and it is sharp, so he's trying to, I don't know, it grinds down on their beak. Renee, thanks for the follow. You guys have to see it if you're new here. We are going to be opening up a boutique, but what's humorous is it's going to be about traveling the world. So it'll be fashion for when you are going to be traveling, right? So if you're going to go to Hawaii or Jamaica, you need a certain look, right? So you look like you're in Jamaica or in Hawaii, because the clothes, if you're doing TikToks, it's all going to be tropical. So this is what this bird is representing. But I'm going back and forth in and out of the backstory of how it's happened and is in the middle of happening. And you guys are part of the process. So thank you for your support. And it's going to be a fun journey. Once I can get on the feed too, it'll be more personable. I'm actually surprised, and I'm letting you guys know too. If you look at the feed, the last couple ones I did, it's really funny. I have him on like as if he's inside the airplane and the pilot comes on talking, right, Birdie? Did the pilot come to talk to you? So, but on my my computer crashed tonight, but what I'm going to start doing is I will start showing my behind the scenes process of like me picking out the clothes. He's helping me as well. I picked out a bunch, and to show you how it goes with the scenery in the country, and I'll just do one at a time, but like my feed will always be about pep talks, educating, and then styling. And then later, once it's actually open, then I will have some stuff to show you guys, and we'll just have fun with it. It's just going to be a round of making a community of fashion loving, kind people that love animals and love traveling with them. But it's going to be educating you too. Okay. Is he wrapped up in the tissue and a sock? Yeah. He actually usually does go in the sock all by himself. It's quite comical. And I will do that later. And he loves to chew on tissue. I don't know. It's like a comfort thing to him. Hey, where did you go? Try to find a sock for you. Maybe they want to see you go in a sock all by yourself. Let's see if you can do it. Okay, watch this. No, you don't bite. Go inside. Look. Here's your sock. It's like a tent. Go inside. Come on. Go inside. Go inside. You have to do it a certain angle so he gets... Okay. Okay, let's do it this way. There. Go inside. Here. Okay. Now turn around. Look how he understands me. Turn around. Come on. Turn. Come on. Turn. There you go. There. You did it all by yourself. There you go. So funny. You're so funny. You are so funny. You're a comedy show when you want to be. We're trying to explain to everyone what you do. So anyway, behind the scenes, he's been like the little bird on Cinderella. If you watch the first, I don't know, 15 minutes of, the Disney Cinderella story, when the Cinderella is making her dress and the little bluebirds fly to the window, he's exactly like those birds. Hey, are you the Cinderella bluebird? Hey? We have so many questions. They're coming at us so fast. Okay, I have to answer them because the people want to know. Okay, you guys look at the bird and I will look at the questions. Let's see if I could read it. Come on, little bird. Come on. So his feathers are coming back in, the little baby ones. Here. And he likes these little plush. He likes, instead of he likes to chew on fabric and shred. He likes to shred stuff, including the plush. There. There. There's your little buddy. So he'll chew the fabric. He loves fabric, and yeah, that's what he will do. He'll demolish the poor little bear. Okay, let's see what other questions people have, okay? He's a sweet little baby chicken. Yes, he's like a little baby chick. Hey? You're a blue little baby chicken. Yes, you are. Now he's gonna fix his hair. You're gonna fix your hair? Okay, back to the questions. Thank you guys for all the hearts. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how many hearts were sent today. Aw, Mo, you're so sweet. You appreciate the mental health talk and viewing a little bird. This is like, I'm trying to give people serotonin because I know he totally makes me smile every day, even when I'm having a day that I'm just like, I can't do this today, which is like the amount of hours I have to work is insanity. I've been working 18 hours a day for 4,000 days straight. I've not taken one day off yet. And I will be taking a really awesomely, that's not even a word, but an awesome, well-deserved holiday once. Well, it won't be a holiday. It will be a working holiday. I chose this work because then I can incorporate going around the world with this work. Even though I'll be working, it'll be way more enjoyable than being inside right now. But the process, the first phase 1, if you ever want to open up an e-commerce store, doesn't matter which one you want, even if you do a basic one. The thing that people don't realize, whether you do an eBay store, a Poshmark store, a Shopify store, Mercari store, whatever you want to do. I've studied all of them now, and I'm just letting you know, you start small. Start while you have a regular job with income coming in, and see if you can handle starting off with, after you're done work, putting in 4 hours, then you add 6 hours, then you add 8, then you add 10. Before you know it, you're at 18 hours a day. So 8 of those hours you're getting paid at your regular job, and the other 10 you're not yet getting paid because the payment will come after everything's set up, right? But you have to be set up. And it is really, really not easy, the amount of hours it takes and the amount of commitment and the amount of, it's like going to the gym. On days when you are burnt out and you don't feel like it, if you want to see the results, you still have to go to the gym or whatever, something. That's how I relate it to. So, and I will be giving people a reality check about it. It will be rewarding because the other thing people don't realize, the number one thing that's rewarding about it in the end is the way, when you're working for people, the way you're being taxed is just through the roof. So you're working, and basically in Canada, half your money is going to the tax man. However, Canada does something really cool. They do it on purpose to literally force people to get a side hustle so that the economy can get rolling. And how they do that is, if you open up a side hustle, even if it's just in the beginning, they will allow you to have tax breaks, which is something no one has been talking about, which has to be, because that will help you offset all these extra crazy expenses. If you make it, you have to do it right. Obviously you need to get advice, but I'll be giving people tips about that too. It's important to offset your income no matter what, because even if you're making $100,000 and you're fine and happy, you're still gonna pay a lot of it out for no reason. So instead, if you make an enjoyable job out of it and make something fun a business expense, for example, if you have an animal, and let's say if you have a dog and you're selling dog sweaters, for example, and the dog is a model, and you take the dog out, like let's say you're gonna travel 4 or 5 hours away to go visit your relatives. Before you go visit the relatives, go to, let's say you're going to the Banff National Park with your dog. You put your dog in the sweater. You get to the park, you model with the dog. Now, all of a sudden, your whole trip, all your gas, all your hotel, all of that now is a business expense. So you can do, kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. By right? You can visit your family and be able to visit them, and then you also do your work there. So you kind of incorporate it. And then after you ask them, hey, guess what? Come to the park and meet us with the dog. And now a business that incorporates, your lifestyle with a business. So that's kind of cool. That's just an example. So if you have an animal, you can do that, but you can save money at the end of the year, because if you do stuff like that, it's a legit business expense, and you have to put gas in the car anyway, so you might as well have fun with it and kind of make it, even if it's not full-time, make it a side business. Right, Birdie? And I will definitely be talking a lot about that as well. But anyway, this is going to be a little bit of everything conversations. Okay. Birdie. So you're welcome. Thank you for appreciating the chats. I'm just kind of winging it, but in real life, we would be having tea, and I would open up my patio and let everybody come and sit and chat and have a good time. Cecilia, Grace, thank you for all the blue hearts. So cute. Birdie, Cecilia says hi with her hearts. Ultimate, this is a Pacific Parrot. It looks like a toy, but it's real. Hey, are you real, Birdie? He's getting a suntan. He has to go under a special light, and that light is for parrots. So this is where it's high maintenance. The light is like $125. It's crazy. And you have to get it as a kit, because it's okay. Because the kit holds the bulb in place so that here we go. See, he's demolished my phone. This is the other thing. If you want a bird, I have this as a toy now. I put this on for him to play with because he's demolished it. But when I go out in public, I have to put a whole other phone case, because he's destroyed this one. What he does is he peels the pieces off. He doesn't eat it. He peels the pieces on, just shreds it, and then just spits it out. But he just loves to shred everything. So yeah, if you have anything of value, you don't want to put it around the bird, because they will destroy it. And I only let him do this because it's already wrecked. And I would never go in public with this case like this. Right, Birdie? You've demolished it. You demolish everything. And same with your clothes. You have to have clothes just to wear around the bird, because they will make holes in all of the clothes. Here, why don't you play with the toy? Here's a toy. Why don't you play with this? We spent money on you for this, and you don't even play with it. Come on. There. Look at all the colors. See if he'll drink his water. You want to drink your water? Oh, hippity hop. Okay, back to the questions. And you can see he goes in and out of his eating. No. It's important to have a brick. I was explaining, because it files their nails and their beak, so it doesn't overgrow. Otherwise, you have a problem with, you have to take them to the vet to shave down their nails and their beak. So if you put this, they scrape on it gently and it files it. Aw. Jen, have a sweet evening, and thanks for coming. Jen says, love you, Birdie. Thank you. We send lots of love back to everybody. Thank you, Jack, for sharing this. And Keisha, thank you. We try to make everyone smile. Yeah, they don't play with any of the toys you buy. They love to play with your clothes. Like, the tags of your clothes, he demolishes those. He makes holes in your clothes. That's why, like, I have a set of clothes that I go out in the public with, and then if I'm working with him, I have clothes with pockets. He loves to hide in the pockets. Right, bird? Okay. Your birds are 3 TV controllers. That's so funny. Yeah, if you have lovebirds, they love paper. This one only loves tissue paper. He doesn't care about regular other paper. When I had lovebirds, they loved. Like, a lovebird is more independent. You can leave them with, like, a pad of paper, and by the time you come back, they'll have the whole thing shredded and build a nest with it. It's so cute. This one, he just loves blankets and shredding tissue. Yeah, he has a cuddle bone, and as you can see, this is the cuddle bone. He's really, really fussy. He won't chew the cuddle bone any other time except for when he's in his bed. I put this with him when he's sleeping, and he chews on it then. But throughout the day, there's nothing I can do to make him chew on it. Every bird is so weird with the cuddle bones too. Oh, Karen, you have a son that has a lovebird? Aw, they're so cute. I used to have one. I've owned 2 of them in my life before, and they're so sweet. They're really loud, but they're so precious. They love paper. Paco and Lee, shoelaces are dangerous because of the fibers. I guess it depends on the shoelace. Some shoelaces are good because if you look at those toys that they make, they look like big oversized shoelaces that are like twisted. So it just depends on the shoelace. And Akria Tandra, hi. Everyone has to go check her out. She's in Hawaii with her Hawaiian store too. You sell chocolates, I think, right? I can't do the lives yet. I apologize. Eventually I will, I promise, but I can't for a while yet. So keep you posted on that one. Patty has 3 cockatiels. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. They sing. Akria, I can't believe it. One day, this bird and I will be going to the beach in Hawaii and doing a photo shoot or something with you guys. We are all about, I've never been to Hawaii, but everyone in my family has. I was working as usual, but I will have my turn. And I know, okay, this one thing, you guys, with, if there's anyone else in here from Hawaii, I know if you're traveling with an animal and you want to go to Hawaii, it's very difficult. They have a problem there. If you want to bring a cat, you're going to have a major issue, just so you guys know. Unless you want to go there for 6 months. But then you have to do all this crazy paperwork. So it's a lot of extra money. So the only way it's worth it to go with the pet to Hawaii is, 1, if you have extra money, and 2, if you go for a longer period of time. And then if you're booking a flight with any animal,